The MCTV Network and the Friends of MCTV presents Honors Night 2017. A night that honors those who create local, original programs seen on Midland Community Television. Tonight's event sponsor is Uncommon Sense with Junia Doan. Rodnick Chiropractic is our reception sponsor. And now, please welcome your host for this evening, John McPeak.
Good evening, and welcome to MCTV Honors Night 2017, presented by the Friends of MCTV. I am John McPeak, and I will be guiding us through this 27th annual MCTV Honors Night, recorded this evening from Creative 360. The sponsors of this year's event are Uncommon Sense with Junia Doan and Rodnick Chiropractic. Every November, the Honors Night program highlights the work and the achievements of the access users of Midland Community Television, Midland Government Television, and Midland Public Schools Television, and honors those access users for their service to the Midland community. Later in the program, the Rosemary Byers Community Voice Award will be presented to a worthy organization. To begin, we'll recognize and honor our Access Users of the Month for the past year. Each month, the MCTV staff selects an access user based on his or her contributions to MCTV as a producer, as crew, as a committee member, and as a member of the MCTV family. Each chosen access user is recognized by putting the person's name on the message board and by publishing an article with the MCTV listings in the Midland Daily News, and by posting the article on the bulletin board in the MCTV studio. For this evening's event, Matt Thomas has prepared a video of the prior 12 Access Users of the Month. For those access users in attendance this evening, when you see your name on the screen or hear your name mentioned, please come up and stand by me with the podium.
Bob Johns was the Access User of the Month in December. He has been volunteering at MCTV for 2 decades. Bob is a video professional who gives up his time to volunteer on a variety of MCTV productions. January's Access User of the Month was Ajane Lewis, who came to us through Northwood. She completed her class project and has also volunteered to run camera for a Midland concert band production. Karen Thurlow was our Access User of the Month for February. She started volunteering for us in 2016, producing her own show called Conservation Matters. She has produced many programs since then, including the Project 111 concert, and more recently, a Mid-Michigan Brass Band concert. The Access User of the Month in March went to Dan Belleville, who also started in 2016. Dan produced and edited some short films, including Scorpion Tail and Melon Ball Run. Andy Lowry was April's Access User of the Month and has been an Access user since 2006. Andy works for Midland County Mosquito Control and has produced many shows on mosquito control over the years. John Little was the Access User of the Month in May. He is a new Access user starting this year. He shot and edited the Mental Health Forum in the spring. We are looking forward to more programs from John. June's Access User of the Month went to Rafton Bartling. Rafton went through our summer camp in 2016 and shot the Nonviolent Peace Force Conference last spring. He also ran camera at our mobile production of the Dow homecoming football game. In July, Philip McIntyre was named Access User of the Month. Philip attended our summer video camp in 2016. He is also very active volunteering on trailer productions for music and sporting events. Philip also recorded the Chinese New Year show in 2017 and produced the show Sell Diddy. Lars Larson was named Access User of the Month in August. Lars joined our volunteer crew this year and has been very active. He ran camera for Midland's Shining Stars talent show in our studio and has recently become a technical director on mobile productions like the Midland Symphony Orchestra and Marching Band Showcase. Lars also runs wireless camera on the sidelines of football games and also recorded a Legacy Center lecture for us. September's Access User of the Month was Robert Travis, who also started volunteering in 2017. He has been part of both musical and sports productions, running wireless camera and graphics. Robert also has been creating a series called Word for the Heart, a religious show in which Pastor Travis dives deeper into the meaning of Scripture. Eden Sparrow was named the Access User of the Month in October. She started volunteering with us this year. Eden has worked on musical productions such as the Midland Symphony Orchestra and the Marching Band Showcase. She has run camera and graphics while part of our mobile video production crew. November's Access User of the Month is Dennis Caney. Dennis has been an Access user since 2002. He has been very active with our mobile productions this year, volunteering at football and baseball games, along with the Marching Band Showcase. Dennis also volunteers with his church, helping create their weekly service program. Thank you to all of our Access Users of the Month.
Yes. Congratulations to all those past year's Access Users of the Month. Thank you. Each of them will receive an MCTV shirt like this, and it'll be available from Sherry at the back of the room at the end of the program or in the MCTV office in the coming days. Ron Beacom, the former manager of MCTV and Library Communications, annually produced a highlights video. Ron's successor, Matt Richardson, has continued that tradition as he directed the production of the 2016-2017 highlights video, drawing from programs of the previous 12 months, with choices of the programs, people, and events that represent the local community television universe. The video is a collection of clips from programs aired on all three channels: public, education, and government. Clips that are representative of the quality programs aired on MCTV during the past year. So sit back, relax, and see how many of these clips you recognize.
This is Kevin Davis, your host, age 31, presenting this segment.
Welcome to another broadcast of Word for the Heart. I'm Pastor Travis. Today our lesson is entitled 4 Aspects of a Christian Life.
And when I look up, you have almost turned a corner with your hand held against the worn wood that has evened out the imbalance of life. Your feet slide, never leaving the earth, holding on for one last walk.
This project is one of the things that makes Midland County so great. It's somebody has a wonderful idea, we get people to come together and work on it. Folks give so generously that we see something like this come to pass.
I'm here with Richard Beer, and he's going to tell us about his hot rod.
Yeah, this is my 36 Ford pickup. It's completely redone. There's very little 36 Ford left in it, really.
If you're going to start seeds, the most important thing is a heat mat in your grow room and the T5 lights. So with the heat mat, I can fit 4 different trays on the heat mat.
"126 miles, 60 to 90 strokes per minute, 14 to 19 hours, 6 dams, and 0 stops. This experience, this adventure, this race is what the City of Grayling plans for each and every July and has for the last 67 years.
I wasn't coaching or playing at all. I was sitting in the stands. And I was able to watch my oldest daughter, Kelly, winning state pom-pom championships. As I said, I've been blessed to grow up in Midland, and I'm truly honored to be a member of the Midland County Sports Hall of Fame.
When you're talking about entrepreneurial spirit and creativity and dealing with caring for others, I mean, that is the passion that I probably lead with on a day-to-day basis.
I'd like to go back to the history of our baseball program, because you have run one excellent program out there.
Actually, if you go back in history, Eno Poutner was a gentleman that brought American Legion Baseball from Flint to Midland when he came here.
Okay.
Usually I wouldn't like to read in front of the class or alone at all, and now I like doing it. It's easier.
Yeah, good. Something that's changed for me is that I will read more confidently in front of other people.
Our volunteers, we count on them for roughly 1,400 volunteer hours a year just to get the diapers out the door. When the volunteers come into our warehouse, we repackage all of the baby diapers so that they're in little bundles so that each child can receive 60 diapers per month.
That ends up being a big problem. So just like a tire in your car that's misaligned, if it's misaligned, it would wear out faster.
Hello viewers, we appreciate you all coming out of your winter hibernations to be part of Live at Northwood. Well, technically it's not live, and also technically not at Northwood.
Listen close to the story I'm about to tell. It's the rapping story of the living cell. It's a happy tune that's sort of cheery, but a real tough topic called the cell theory.
I'm going for the field goal. Try to emphasize. I'm disciplining my children. I'm kicking somebody in the groin. Try to emphasize. I'm doing the healing dance. Try to emphasize. I'm trying to air out my crotch.
I am reading you this book with my monkey mouth and my monkey voice. That's not true. I'm not a monkey. Yes, I am a monkey. Also, I am a robot monkey.
So what is this about you shooting my friend? You aren't serious, are you?
Nah. Uncle Art, he's all bark, no bite.
What's up with the watermelons and mason jars? You guys running some sort of catering business?
I like you. You're funny. And I like your pretty smile, too.
You're sweet, but that still doesn't explain the melons.
In 1958, there were 215 organized crime-related homicides in Queens alone. Vargas and DeLucas had grips on the city. These two warring families are at the peak of their own internal power shift.
The shooting took place here when people had come to enjoy the evening, to share in a social event, and instead of a celebration, it became a death trap.
I rise because we all have to stick together.
I rise because everyone deserves to be treated with respect.
I rise because 1 in 3 women on the planet will be beaten or raped in her lifetime.
In 1861, at the beginning of the war, healthcare was thrown into the war with the very extremely primitive approach that had been created because of necessity.
It used to be that war looked like what we see in textbooks and read about in history books, where it was between two countries with two professional armies, delineated battlefields, wars were fought, There was civilian casualties and consequences, but there were areas where wars were fought away from civilian infrastructure.
Here are some critical questions that you might want to ask with regard to whole genome sequencing. If part of the rationale for wanting to do sequencing is preventive, that is, we want to tell you, wow, you've got a problem, you can have heart disease, serious heart disease, by the time you're 55, unless you really, really do something about changing your diet.
The next home is the home of Steve Webb and Matthew Mitchell on 605 West Main Street. The garden is worth a walk on the rail trail to experience. The owners have embraced the fact that their garden is viewed by walkers, riders, and runners on a daily basis.
There are lots of good guys and girls.
Well, I think it's just a nice red coat that he wears around the holiday season.
I'm not convinced. Could it be something deeper? Is John Lynch the real Santa Claus?
Birdgick again. He's in. Touchdown. Corey Birdgick. Line judge, arms in the air from 2 out. Northwood takes a lead with 1:17 remaining.
Pretty good trivia question if you didn't know. 3 numbers retired here at Dow Diamond, home of the Great Lakes Loons.
Shot by Brennan.
See if Jesse can defend that. He's working a whizzer.
Oh, he's getting some near fall here. Brennan's got him on his back there on a pin for Brennan.
Kimmicks working it across. Trombley shot off mark, but the rebound deflects in, and the Kimmicks goal.
Trombley just trying to keep that puck deep. He knows these boards are lively here in the Midland Civic Arena.
Little shovel pass. Uh-oh, there he goes. That's Siraki, and he is being chased down, but he's not going to be caught. That's a bread and butter play for Dow. That little shovel pass and right up the middle.
Midland student section knows what's coming. McMath wants Reckaway. This would be a fitting way to end.
Yowza.
And that's how it does, in fact, conclude.
Leave no doubt.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Our thanks to the MCTV staff for putting together that highlights video. The current manager of MCTV and Library Communications, Matt Richardson, will fill us in on the recent MCTV updates to the staff and the facility, and will preview an ongoing strategic planning process. Matt began his career in public access television in 2004 with the Community Access Center in Kalamazoo. He then joined MCTV in 2008 as the production director. Upon Ron Beacon's retirement, Matt accepted the offered manager position at the beginning of 2017. And 6 months later, the MCTV facility is closed. In any event, Matt has promised to give us some details about that as he provides updated MCTV information. Matt.
I'm really glad that everybody laughed at that joke. So first, thank you all for coming. As you're aware, or maybe not aware, MCTV has undergone a lot of changes and we've had a lot of challenges over the past year. We're constantly taking questions about our status, a lot of them tonight. So I figured non-traditional honors night, I would just update everybody on what is going on at MCTV. So if you look at the screen, you can see some photos from the flood damage, lower level of the Grace A. Dow Library. You see the front area in the MCTV offices and the replay room. I have to let you know that we were fortunate not to lose any major technology. However, sad to report that we did lose a lot of our archive footage of shows from the 80s and 90s, which was actually a little disappointing. But also, as you can see in this slideshow, it was pretty devastating to the youth services area of the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. Really, when it came down to it, they lost all their carpeting, much of their walls, their shelving units that were custom, a lot of the furniture, and my toddler's favorite, all the play areas were also lost too. So it's been a pretty sad year around there, but everybody's looking forward to the new world, so. Okay. So what is happening now? Well, MCTV Studios, we've been closed since June. Right now, a bid proposal is being written up for restoration of the entire lower level. That should come out at the end of November, and then the open bidding will begin, and that'll go into December. After bidding closes, a winner will be determined, and City Council will award to the winning bid at their first council meeting that they have. The restoration work will then begin as soon as possible after that process has gone through. So, what have we been doing in our downtime? Other than a very productive fall sports season, we have been busy with a strategic planning process. We're trying to find a way to guide us into the future, develop a vision and mission that helps MCTV better serve the community of today. We started the process to keep MCTV relevant in the community, online, and in the world of social media. So that's a key point. Many ways that we gathered information and are still gathering information for this strategic planning process. We did a number of focus groups. I know there's people in this room that attended some of those focus groups. We did a focus group with teens, the Friends of MCTV, city staff, and a group of nonprofits. We had somewhere around 30 nonprofits that showed up and helped us determine what their communication gaps are. So we're doing online surveys. There's public perception surveys. If you've never done anything with MCTV, that's a good way to voice your opinion. We have nonprofit survey, and the access users, probably most of you received a link to that survey as well. If you haven't filled it out, please do so. It helps us move into the future as we go through this process. We also have had a number of staff-led work sessions where we got together and started brainstorming and working on this vision and mission together. So what have we determined our goals to be so far? Well, we want to develop new services for the modern multimedia landscape. We are on TV, we will always be on TV, but there's a number of other areas that we want to exist, and we're working towards those areas. We want to become a hub for local content on television and online, and we want to continue to deliver the excellent service, programming, and technology for viewers and users. So we look forward to presenting the community with the results of this process at our grand reopening in the spring of 2018. So for now, you can still voice your opinion in one of the online surveys or just contact us if you have a great idea. We'd love to hear it. And all of our information is up there. Most of you already know it. So switching gears now, obviously that was one of the biggest things to happen in our recent history, if not entire MCTV history. But I thought it'd be good to update everybody on the staff at MCTV. Most notably, thank you for coming, Ron. After 27 years, Ron Beacom did retire, and we have to, as a whole, we have to thank him for his instruction, his guidance, and the friendship that he provided with us over the years. We intend to take good care of the MCTV that he loves so much and continues to love and supports as we see him getting Access Hour Award tonight. So everybody here knows Billy Bethune. We love Billy. As you know, Billy is going to be undergoing a pretty serious surgery, and we just want to let you know that right now his spirits are high. He is happy, he is healthy, and we wish him the best, and he's in our thoughts as he goes through the surgery and recovery. We look forward to seeing him back in February. So at this point, I'd like to invite the current staff up that is here. So it's not something we do very often, but I figured at least two of these faces are relatively new, so I figured I'd introduce them to the community. But first, Sherry Tosk has been our office assistant for 5 years. We thank her for keeping the whole operation running smoothly, and we mean that. On a personal note, I am especially grateful for all the assistance you've given me throughout this year, because honestly, I had no idea how much was involved until I got into it. So thank you very much, Sherry. 2016 marked the end of roughly 30 years of the MCTV internship program. At that time, a new position was created to help develop content for our social media campaign, as well as Midland Government Television, as well as somebody that could fill just about any role that we need filled. So a talented jack of all trades, Kevin LeDuc, was hired last fall as production assistant, and I'd just like Kevin to just tell us a little bit about himself.
All right, I'm very lucky to know many of you in this room. For those that do not, my name is Kevin LeDuc. I am the Office Millennial, as I'm affectionately referred to by these guys up here. My position's a very unique one with MCTV. Normally, I'm shooting and editing, and that's kind of what I love to do. I do most of the social media videos you see put out by the City of Midland, and also those put out by MCTV as well. It's a new media landscape, and I'm very happy to be a part of that and bring that to MCTV. But that's not the most important thing about MCTV to me, because as much as we work for MCTV, the heart and soul of MCTV is in this room right now, and that's you guys. We thank you guys so much for being a part of this great station. And as a member of the community, I've lived in Midland now for a little bit over 8 years. And I think the coolest thing about living in Midland is it's great to live in a community that still honors the First Amendment and really values the things that our community has to say and sees the value in this station. So thank you very much for being a part of it with me. Matt, do you have your phone on you? Do you have your phone on you? Normally I'd say let's take a picture for social media right now. I don't know if you have yours on you. I'd love to get a picture of the entire room and all you guys here, so.
Selfie.
Thank you all.
In the spring of 2017, Matthew Thomas came on board as production director for MCTV. Matt has a wealth of knowledge and experience in technology as well as production. So Matt, please tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, everybody. Again, I know most of you, and for those that I don't, my name is Matthew Thomas. It is a little confusing in the office with two Matts. We still haven't worked around that yet. Still working on it. I started in April, and apparently I brought the wet season with me because 3 months later we were flooded. So it's been a very interesting first half of my year there, and Something that I've noticed is there's a lot of resilience in this community. Everybody bands together. It is a wonderful place to raise my family, who I am very excited to move here. I have 2 boys in the Midland schools, and my wife teaches at Northwood, so we're becoming a big part of this community, and I really enjoy watching everything that's produced from this community and helping you guys. Really look forward to us opening again, so that we can continue to do that down in our studio and on site. So thank you guys again for welcoming me. This is a great opportunity, and I really appreciate you guys being here and being part of our community tonight.
I should also mention that we do have 6 part-timers that help with the Midland government television side, where they are responsible for the live government meetings that you can watch, live or online. Diva Massey, Diane Dickerson, Kelly Coffey, Chris Lones, Tom Kanab, and Jim Malik. These folks provide excellent live coverage of city council meetings and the other boards and commissions within the city. So, on a personal note, this is in addition to my script that they haven't seen yet. I really want to thank the MCTV staff for making my transition smooth and really getting me through the tough spots. Okay. I am truly grateful. They are a great group of people, and their love for what they do shows. They are hardworking and dedicated, and I couldn't do it without them, so I thank you all. I know this evening isn't about me, but I did have some thank yous that I just wanted to do real quick. I did want to thank Melissa Barnard. She saw something in me, the ability to run this facility, and I've got some time to figure it all out until we open again, so thank you, Melissa. And a big thank you to former manager Ron Beacom for teaching me so much, both professionally and personally. Whether you thought I was listening or not, I was. So thank you for putting up with me for all those years. So, in closing, I would like to say thank you to the Friends of MCTV for hosting this event and for all your efforts throughout the years to get the word out about MCTV. I would like to thank the members of the Cable Access Advisory Commission, as well as the chair, Ron Felsky, who's going to be here tonight, for your support of MCTV. And most importantly, and what this night is all about, is thank you to our access users, volunteers, and members who give their time and talent to create the local programs you see on MCTV. There is no MCTV without you. So all of us at MCTV, thank you for your dedication to the community, to community media, and we look forward to many more years of service to you and this wonderful community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Matt, for that informative presentation about changes and the new directions at MCTV. Every year, MCTV's access users contribute thousands of hours to create the hundreds of shows that you enjoy on MCTV, MPS TV, and MGTV. From sports to music and public affairs to community events, the following people volunteered the most time to produce MCTV shows. And for those high-hour users who are in attendance this evening, when you see your name mentioned, please join me at the podium.
Here are MCTV's Access User Hour Awards. 25 to 49 hours. Ron Beacom, Andy Lowry, Dennis Caney, Philip McIntyre, Kevin Davis, Tom Ryden, Josh Klein, John Walters, Lars Larson. 50 to 99 hours. Tim Doyle, Judy Keel, John McPeak, Robert Travis. 100 plus hours. Stephanie Biasi, Zygmunt Kozicki, Jim Malik, Linda Malikadelli. Thank you to all of our access users who put the community in Midland Community Television.
Congratulations are due these folks who provide great inspiration for all of the MCTV volunteer access users. Each of these folks are also eligible to receive an MCTV shirt as ongoing recognition for their efforts. So again, congratulations. The Rosemarie Byers Community Voice Award is given to a deserving organization that utilizes MCTV to promote their programs and events. Here to present the award this evening is the chairman of the Cable Access Advisory Commission, Ron Felsky. Ron has been a member of the Cable Access Advisory Commission for the past 4 years, and he is very interested in the role of MCTV and how it showcases the events that occur within our community. He is an active member of Trinity Lutheran Church, where he has served on various boards and is currently a member of the Chancel Choir. Ron has also served on the board of the Midland Dolphins Barracuda Swim Club. He is a graduate of Michigan State University, sorry about that, Ron, and is currently an accounting manager for Olin Corporation. Ron and his family have lived in Midland for the past 22 years, and they enjoy the many activities and events within the community, many of which are captured on video through MCTV. Please welcome Ron Felsky.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm pleased to present the Rosemarie Byers Community Voice Award, and the recipient of the 2017 Rosemarie Byers Community Voice Award is the Midland Christian Church. The Midland Christian Church was founded in the early 1960s, meeting originally in a home, then moving to the Sanford Elementary School. In the fall of 1962, Bob Philo, Bill Brown, and Terry Elverson, the minister of the Mount Pleasant Church of Christ, met together and decided to start a church in Midland. 6 additional families joined. Their first service was held in 1963 at the Jordan Lecture Hall of what was then known as Northwood Institute. But they soon moved to their newly acquired church building located at 1110 Jerome Street. On January 2nd, 1964, the congregation filed articles of incorporation with the state of Michigan under the official name of the Midland Christian Church, which is the Church of Christ. In 1971, the congregation moved to a church building at 609 Mill Street. In the summer of 1996, the church moved to its current location at 1264 East Isabella, M20, to a newly constructed church building. In 1990, Midland Christian Church began using MCTV as a means to broadcast their Sunday morning service to the community. It has been a great partnership, allowing the community to see a glimpse into Midland Christian Church on a weekly basis, as well as keeping the church family members in touch when they are unable to attend Sunday morning due to illness or travel. Midland Christian Church seeks to be light and offer hope to the community of Midland through their weekly church events, as well as through their community service projects. Let's look at some highlights of their programs.
That was a good video. I really like the way it talked about the grave, and then it mentioned coming out the other side. That's the resurrection. That's the hope that we have.
Listen to my appeal. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace will be with you. Jesus says in John, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble. And if you don't have that highlighted in your Bible, please highlight that. In fact, any new believer, show them that right away.
And now let the weak say, I am strong. the poor say I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us.
Kathy Jones, the trustee and worship service coordinator for the Midland Christian Church, will be accepting this award. Kathy?
Sure. On behalf of Midland Christian Church, thank you. Thank you, MCTV and the Friends of MCTV, for being here and allowing us to broadcast our sermons on the air, our special programs on the air. It's an important way for our church family to stay connected when they can't be with us on Sunday. But it also gives us a way to show the community what is being talked about, what's being taught on a weekly basis. And if you don't have a church family to call your own, please come join us on Sundays at 10:30. You'll be welcome like family. And again, just thank you for honoring us in this way. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations to the Midland Christian Church, the recipient of the Rosemary Byers Community Voice Award. It's time to conclude this 27th annual MCTV Honors Night. Congratulations again to those folks who received awards for their many hours of volunteering at MCTV, to Midland Christian Church for receiving the Rosemary Byers Community Voice Award, and to all of the Access users, the volunteers who keep the community in community television. Thanks to our sponsors, Rodnick Chiropractic and Uncommon Sense with Junia Doan, for sponsoring this event. Thanks also to Creative 360 for hosting this year's event, and to the Friends of MCTV for presenting the 27th annual MCTV Honors Night. If you are interested in becoming an MCTV volunteer and sharing in all this fun, call the studio at 837-3474 to sign up for an introductory class, or come to visit us at the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. We'd like to see you at next year's Honor Night. Take care and be well.